Also, herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren. Willkommen in der dritten Episode der Deutschen Woche. Wieder ein kleines Thema, genau wie zuvor bei den Tier 9 und 10 schwerer Panzer. Deshalb schauen wir uns heute 3 Spiele in Aufklärungspanzern an. And that's about the most German you're going to get today from me. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, thanks of this universe. We are looking at Spartacus Diablo in the leichte Kampfpanzer M41 90mm, just a little bit more German. And yeah, he's in the Bulldog, the Tier 8 Premium Light Tank. And the German week is doing nicely. Third episode today, and I was thinking, right, I'm going to sort of slightly theme this as well. I mean, it's already themed because it's nation based, and I'm going to theme it as well in terms of tanks shown. And we have the tier 9s covered, tier 9 heavies. We got the tier 10s covered. I have some footage for some good tier 8 games. If anybody is around who has a good game, a major first class or ace game in the VK 4502A, the tier 8 German tank, please send it to me. Discord or email would do just fine. Links are in the description below. And then I have 3 of the tier 8 tanks again. And I need a tier 8 Ferdinand gameplay as well. A good one, please. So yeah, drop them and I'm happy to fit them into the German week. But like I said, this is a light tank gameplay. And Spartacus is running the flank, as you can see. He's going to type in here as well. Going alone, VK, that wasn't the bestest of ideas, and you can see that VK is on the far flank. I can understand why the VK 101P didn't want to go into the desert area. But if your team then goes into the desert in force, and you're the sole or one of 2 heavies in the town, and you face the majority of the red team in the town area, don't go all the way towards, let's say, the A line. Go around the cap area into the little courtyard that is there, where you can drop down into the gully if needed, and where you will be able to spot any red tanks. Because, yes, you will still be isolated. But if you are then isolated and spotting red tanks, your teammates in the desert can shoot them. And this way the VK really isolated himself, which was a bad move. And then he started complaining, well, there's no help, there's no help, there's no help. And you can see what Spartacus is doing here. He is picking the isolated tanks. It may seem that he's not playing fair, but then again, war wasn't fair. A game isn't fair. You should use the mistakes that your teammates are making, that the Reds are making, to make it easier for you, and you should also use your teammates. But LTTB is getting whacked by the IS-3 and then by the RU, and then the RU is whacked in turn by Spartacus, as you can see. And of course he's using the team to bleed for him, he's using the team as meat shields, etc, etc, blah blah blah. There was a very, very rude comment of the T49, that's why I had blurred some of the commentary in there. And then you are going to get this shot on the T49. And it is a Volltreffer, which is good. He's at 122 hit points left. Very clutch bounce over here. I think on the top of the engine deck or something like that. But thanks to playing on a PC, he manages to circle around the T49, get it with the next shot, and there's 2 tanks left now. It would be kind of tempting to say just 2 tanks left now at the moment, but the IS-3 is kind of stuck. Another whopping 52 hit points left. He is in a good position to carry the game if he does get unstuck again. But a full health Jagd Tiger 8.8 and the T29, what was it again? 900, something like that. He's going to pop. Oh, there he is. 831. That means he needs 3 high rolls. Does he actually? I'm not quite sure. I think he would be able to finish off the T29 with 3 high rolls. Maybe with HE. You will be able to do it with heat. But you can see that Jagdtag is still full health. And time is becoming a bit of an issue here. He backs up. He is thinking about going into the Jagdtag, and then decides to go up the other alleyway on the gully. puts a shot into the tractor of the T-29. Jagdtiger is pushing. He's isolated again. I mean, how this IS-3 manages to survive is beyond me. Oh yeah, he's down anyway now. But the first of it, right, the IS-3 is pushing up, and then he's held down, and he could just go towards the T-29 and probably just face hug him, and then no harm would be done. But yeah, let's just drive back in front of the Jagdtiger and survive, and then finally get killed. Right. Spartacus is flanking again, as you can see. He's trying to switch to heat, I think, but he has no shells of this type, so he has to resort to AP. He's not spotted at the moment. Takes out the T-29. Thomas the tank destroyer is taken out. And then some comments again from his teammates. Speak English, please. Would be lovely. But look at the damage. Holy crap. 3.5k already done in a tank. In a tier 8 light tank. Yes, that Jagdtiger is still full health, so he's going to farm like a mother buzzer over here. Gets one shot in to reset the cap. They won't lose on cap now. And he makes a good move there. He was thinking about, right, I'm just going to squeeze through over there. I'm just going to squeeze through, and then I will be able to go in. And the Jagd 8.8 is a true Jagd 8.8, not a 10.5, which is a good thing because it has less alpha and a 271 left. He squeezes himself behind the Jagdtiger. Loading gun, click, 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 click. For Trevor, we can shoot him again. Loses 1 HP because of ramming, but this is all done by the shouting. The Jagdtiger rolls down and he's wedged himself up, shooting him up the ass. And there we go. Look at that damage. 4,859 damage in a tier 8 light tank. Massive, massive carry by Spartacus Diablo. As you can see, 1413 base XP, 5 kills. And a very, very well deserved ace. Thank you very much, mate, for allowing me to use it on the channel. It's a bit of an older replay, but I wanted to include this one. Righty. Next one. The Tiny Terror. The SP1C. Skillfully driven by Camaro_11 from the Foil clan. And he's platooned. He is platooned with an Helsing HO. And you can see this is a tier 8 game. A few big guns on this tier, and the SP1C has no armor to speak of. I mean, I think there are actually a lot of guns that can overmatch this tank, that will penetrate regardless of the angle, even if you have it at an angle which would normally be an auto bounce. You can see there's an SU-130 there's a T-49 on the greens. A lot of tanks that can really hurt the SP1C. But luckily, those guns are on the green team, and Reds have got some big guns. They have an IS-3, but they don't have any of the big derpers. They don't have an ISU-152, a Scorpion G, a Borsig. They do have a Jagd 8.8, which can be annoying with the rate of fire, and a T-43 and T-34-85 Rudy in platoon. But other than that, there are not tanks that Camaro has to watch out for really carefully. Well, he's in an SP1C, he has to watch out for anybody basically, but he has not got to worry about any of the big guns that could one-shot him. That said though, he's going to take damage. Of course he is, and well, there's going to be some wailing and gnashing of teeth and a little bit of salt and insulting in the chat as well from mostly his platoon mate in the Helsing, who is not quite happy with how the team is performing at one moment in the game. But you can see what Camaro is doing. He's skirting the outsides of the map. They have captured A as well. There's an 87 spotted, but there's only 3 red tanks spotted, and there was a tree falling when they were capturing A. So you know, the Reds are around the D cap. And what you then will want to do if you're driving an SP1C is go to a flank and spot up any other red tank like this Bulldog, which you can shoot up the arse with HE. So I would have done that actually. And Camaro switches to HE, but before he is reloaded, the tank is blown up already. And that fate is something that would await a careless SP1C driver as well. So going up this little ridge wasn't probably the bestest of ideas. Then again, I don't think he was expecting the Jagdtiger to be there, but it's a bit of unnecessary damage taken. I would have gone to this little corner and a poke out and see what's happening, because in this tier you can't really predict what people are doing from time to time. That IS-3, keep an eye out on him. He's going to make well, strange move actually, because he realizes that at one point it's going to be a T-49 down there. And what do people do when they see a T-49? They lose all their senses and just drop down and try to chase it. Camaro can put a shot into the back of the Jagdtiger. 8.8 in terms of victory points. They are behind, but they have 2 bases in possession. But then the housing is taken out by player underscore number something in the T-43. And as said, Willows is not happy about that. Camaro is spotted again, goes into the D-cap, trying to reset that. He's got to get the shot on the T-34-1, there it goes. But he is taking some damage as well from, I think, the 8.8, who was at 1 hit point. Der ging nicht durch. Tried to shoot HE. Hochexplosiv. Is it proper German? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But he can now start capturing D-cap. Reds are in trouble now. There's a platoon rolling around still. And look at that Rudy. Just, I mean, the clock is ticking on D. Camaro is probably spotted. I'm not sure if he was, but I think he is. And then you just drive around on the bridge to kill one other tank. And the T-43 is going to kill the Scorpion. Or it's actually the Rudy. He's going to kill the Scorpion. But you can also see that Camaro, despite the fact that he has taken some maybe unnecessary hits in the beginning, he's now at 317 hit points left. And there's only 2 tanks on the Reds. Versus 3 on the green team, and he gets this, and then the T-34-85 Rudy misses the shot. 87 takes out the green Rudy, and with a nice 209 hit points shot in the end, Camaro takes out the Rudy, and it's just the 87 left now, and all he has to do basically now is survive. There is, however, a Panther M10 around A-cap, who will be stating, "I've got lag," which is the usual excuse of something people type in chat. I have a really bad internet connection, and my device isn't quite up to the task of running this game, because it is I have HD textures loaded, but I still want to play a game that is based on a solid internet connection, Wi-Fi, and having a device that is able to run the game. Sorry, lag, says a Red Dog 1027, which is not my evil twin brother, which you could think probably because of the name. But I find it interesting to see that people, they are not typing they have lag in game at all, or ping or whatever, which you would probably type if you really have it. Say to your team, sorry, but I have bad ping and lag, I'm going to restart. I'd rather have someone say that and then, I don't know, go AFK or something, which is annoying, but at least you will know he is AFK. 2.7k damage, 1323 victory points, experience, and some victory points because of capping A and D. But you can also see that the SP1C, yeah, you have to be careful in it. You have to be really careful in it. And there's another tank which comes after the SP1C, which is the RU-251. And you have to be careful in that one as well. And this time it is driven by Feind 2. How do you pronounce your name? I don't know. I'm going to call you 2. And I actually got 2 games from 2. The other one was on Dead Rail, but I like this one on Canyon more. And in the first bit of the game, there's already some great maneuvering and great repositioning. And it's not going to be the massive repositioning that you would expect from a light tank, to go from flank to flank, from north to west, etc., etc. But it's going to the middle. And if you don't understand or don't know why you should take or try to take some control of this middle area at least, well, don't bother playing anymore. Just don't. Just really. This position is key. You have to have a tank around this position to either spot up the red scouts or spot up enemy tanks. And you can see that 2 went up, he spotted into red spawn, didn't see any of the tanks, and immediately crossed towards the other side. And he's going to do just that again. He drops down, he's not going to capture B, because he realizes the tanks are on the A cap and reds are on C. It's not rocket science, they've just captured C. So just reposition and basically flip the game around. He is now basically playing the game as if they were on the northern spawn. And the T-44 is going in balls deep. The T-49 on the red team is going all guns blazing YOLO Rambo mode style. And green team is going to pay for that, because they have the reds have already figured out that what the T-44 is doing. And there's a tank destroyer, as you can see. So the T-44, he was going in, and WZ-110 thinks, well, there's an RU over there with a pumpkin on the top, and I'm gonna shoot the pumpkin, but I'm coming out sideways, and then the LeKpz is coming out kind of sideways, and he's cracked, and he's getting shot again. And this is what you have to do in a light tank, or maybe basically any tank with good mobility on canyon. You have to have a tank on this position, because if you don't, you're bound to lose 9 out of 10 times, because the reds can then push either the western flank or the eastern flank of the map with confidence without getting spotted in return. You can see the T-28 has taken out the IS-3. It's 1 tank down already, and the reds have gotten the base earlier. They have killed a top tier tank, so they are still ahead in terms of points. And this T-28 is actually going to do the right thing over here. He's going to push up on towards 2. Why is that a good thing, you say? Because he's making it impossible now for two to just sit here and farm damage. And he's also forcing him to leave this strong position. And the T-28 knew the WZ-110 was coming, but luckily the WZ is a bit of a muppet. It is it's 3 versus 6 now at the moment. Greens have only killed 1 tank, and they are bleeding hit points still, but 2 can now go into a 1 versus 1 with the WZ-110, and he has retained his hit points, so he's happy to take this hit. Well, you're not really happy to take the hit. You would prefer to not take a hit at all, but then if you have to take a hit, let it be from a gun like the WZ. Ooh, can he shoot the T-28 up? Yes, he's getting chased by a T-23 E3 as well. Come on, get one more in. AP. Oh. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. That was a good move. He takes out the T-28, puts another shot into the SU, and he brings it down from 1 tank killed to 4 tanks killed now. It is 3 on 3 at the moment. And the T-28 Proto takes out the SU-152. And that T-23 E3, that poor little Tier-7 medium tank. It's not light, it's medium, but kind of plays like a light. He's doing exactly what 2 was doing in the beginning. And he makes a mistake now by pushing down, because he is thinking, right, 2 is moving away. But where's the T-49? Right, I can kill you now. HE through the front. It has a good gun, high explosive plastic, which means high penetration, high alpha as well. Oh, hello T-49, no, don't shoot me. I'm gonna shoot you quicker. Proto takes him out. But look at the damage again. 4k damage in the RU-251 by 2_Feig. You can see his name on top of that. You can see his name. Thank you very much, mate, for sending it in to me. I hope you've enjoyed my commentary on the gameplay. Like I said, if there's anybody who has VK45021 or Ferdinand replays, please send it to me through either Discord or email, or links are in the description below. And for now, cheers, ladies and gentlemen, happy tanking. I catch you all on the next video. Bye bye.